Well, here we are again with the
Yes.
Lustgarten, and they come on every year, and every year it gets bigger, and you raise more money. I think last time you were in the 40, 50,000, I forgot how much it was last year.
Last year, we made close to 100,000.
100,000, I mean, it was a big number, it was a big number.
In total, we've raised about 1.5 million.
That's amazing.
In 19 years, because this is our 20th.
We're talking about pancreatic cancer. Lustgarten is an organization that does research in trying to prevent. I think we know treatments, but prevention is the key to all of this. Is that correct?
It's the ultimate goal.
Yeah. So what have you learned since last time? Because last time you had a lot of information, and I was really thrilled to hear it.
Well, first of all, Lustgarten is celebrating its 25th. It's our 20th here locally. But in those 25 years of research, they have dedicated over $250 million to pancreatic cancer research. It's the largest nonprofit dedicated solely to
That's
this.
Lustgarten, that's all they do.
That's all they do. And before they were in existence, there was very little done for pancreatic cancer research. In fact, for government, the pancreatic cancer funding from NCI in 1998, when Lustgarten started, was $20,000.
Oh, that's like nothing. That's
Right.
like nothing.
It's now.
Doesn't even pay for the. Oh,
It's
no.
now 180,000.
A couple of beakers.
I know. Well, and that's it. And without the promise of possible funding, no researcher starts. And when there's no research, the funders figure there's nothing for us to fund.
Yeah.
So it goes round and
self-fulfilling
round.
prophecy. Yeah.
Yeah. So Lustgarten spearheaded that, and that's why they went into existence.
Where is
now-
Lustgarten located? Where are their labs, or are they like working with different labs
Yes.
and kind of pulling information
Yes,
like
they
from
have-
France and stuff? Yeah.
But they're based out of Woodbury, London.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's their corporate office, but they have a dedicated lab in Cold Springs on Long Island, but they're at Dana-Farber is the closest local.
Okay.
And they fund a lot of multi-place research, because without cooperation, nothing gets
Well, you
done.
don't want everybody working on the same thing. You want them to complicate.
It is complicated.
No, I didn't mean that. But what I'm saying is to work together. So you find out that I've made this step, and now this person says, well, now that you've done that, then that jumps off on this.
Yeah, they form
A
consortiums
consortium.
among hospitals all over the world.
And they work with Stand Up to Cancer as well.
Right. So for instance,
This
they
is the
work
Pancreatic Cancer Collective.
right closely with Dana-Farber, with Mass Gen, with Johns Hopkins, with I forget the name of the hospital out in Seattle.
Yeah,
Um,
I think MD Anderson. They
right.
work with, I mean, it's, and they do competitive, solicitation of studies. And we are making progress.
Okay,
But they
so
also share their research. So the consortium that they've created.
so they
Instead of
build off of each
competing
other.
with each
You
other.
don't want to be all working on the same project.
No, they don't create pillars, for each research project. What they do is they share the research, and this research group will work on something that adds to it.
Exactly.
And so it's a totally different way of approaching.
No, it's the
things.
best way to approach it. It's the
Yes.
best
Yes.
way. It's the
Yeah.
best way. But how close are we to finding
Funny you
Okay.
should ask. I happen to have a few notes here for recent research. They have something, first of all, there are 3 pillars that Lustgarten funds. The first pillar is early detection of pancreatic
That's
cancer.
the most
Because
important.
early detection and survival.
Right. The second pillar is personalized medicine. So it works
Biopharmaceuticals.
with each patient.
Yeah, biopharmaceuticals, yeah.
Right. And the third is new drug development. So let me just discuss a few of these. I don't want to discuss all of them, but I'm going to do some highlights.
Yeah, we got time.
Okay, there's a thing called PanCan-D test. And the PanCan-D test is...
D is in dog?
B is in boy.
Oh, B is in boy, okay.
D.
Oh, D, I'm
D
sorry.
is in
D is in dog, okay, we're
It's
back.
lowercase d.
Okay.
I don't know what the D stands for.
That's okay, I'm just trying to picture it in my mind.
Okay. It's the first blood test on the market dedicated solely to the early detection of PC, pancreatic cancer, approved for patient testing.
So
Ta-da!
so wait a minute, so if I want to be tested,
Yeah.
am I a candidate, or do you have to
No,
have a prerequisite?
you have to be high risk,
What?
right?
High
This
risk.
is the high risk, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it seems
Right.
to me that it's not a blanket.
Now, protocol says what is high risk. High risk means that a person who suspects, or a person who has had 2 nuclear members of the family who have pancreatic cancer, they are at high risk.
Okay.
So if you have 2 or more relatives, they're high-risk people.
Okay.
So I'm a high-risk person. Because as I
Did you have
told
the test?
No,
No.
unfortunately not, and this is the reason
Oh,
why.
doggone!
It's currently available in all states except
New York?
New York,
Oh,
Rhode
so-
Island, Maryland, Pennsylvania, and California.
How come?
So we don't know,
We don't know.
but it's coming, and the fact that we have it, and that it's FDA approved.
So now, if you went to Chicago, Illinois.
Yeah.
The problem is, I'd have to go to Chicago.
Yeah. Yes.
So that means I'd have to travel because it's not a one-shot deal. You have to continue to go there and get,
Well, it's like any other.
Tested.
It's like any other test.
It's a research. It's in a research.
But the other thing
Yeah.
is, you don't have one mammogram and you're done.
right. You
So
have to
it's not a-
constantly,
So nobody's going to do that. They need to be.
Well, I
in,
mean-
it's
But
got to
it's
be in
common.
the test.
unless you have a lot of money and you're willing to.
Or
But
you're
it-
just
but
across
it's-
the border.
But it's
Yeah.
coming.
Right, it is coming. I mean, they're working.
PanCan-D.
Yes.
PanCan-D, that's a
Okay.
pancreatic cancer D. Next one is, this is a really interesting one. It's called the Felix program. And Felix is not an acronym.
You talked about this last
Yes.
time.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember
And
that.
they're doing a lot more with it now. It's using AI to work with imaging in MRI and CT scans. And they're working to put it on every MRI and CT. It uses AI to develop new detection approaches.
They're finding.
What more
things.
can they see?
They're training AI, and the fact is that they're detecting stuff that that the pathologists are not finding.
Right.
Even with their.
Even the best radiologists
Radiologists,
miss some
yeah.
things. This AI is allowing them to identify tumors that are 1 centimeter or less. And you know that in CT just barely
Yeah,
can see a 1 centimeter
yeah.
tumor. So this is really good stuff.
And
So
once
AI
again-
is going to come in after the CT scan. Is that what you're saying?
It's going to read it.
Actually, during the
During the test. Oh,
Yes.
wow.
So the bottom line is, finding something early means you survive. So this is another tool to make that.
for early
That's,
detection.
well, not only that, it's not just for PC, it's
For
could be for
everything.
everything.
Well, it's coming for everything.
Yeah.
We know that. It's writing the
Anything
term
that's applied
papers.
for
It's doing
PC
everything.
can be applied to others as well.
Yeah. Well, as long as we're using AI in a positive way,
Exactly.
you're hearing
Right.
some negative things right now with that AI.
Yeah.
Right?
Artificial intelligence for those.
The other pillar, the next pillar is personalized medicine. The first clinical trials are being done using mRNA vaccines. Now, we know about mRNA because that's the COVID vaccines
Yeah.
were developed this way. This is to treat post-surgical pancreatic cancer patients in combination with chemotherapy. And they're showing positive results. Now, what's happening is, it's funded by Lustgarten with Stand Up to Cancer. Each vaccine is personalized and contains what they call neoantigens.
Well, wait a minute, this is after, right?
Yes.
Yes.
After, that's why they can
Yes.
personalize it and do the neoantigens.
Yes, because
Okay,
they've
gotcha.
analyzed the
Yeah.
tumor.
And what this does, these neoantigens stimulate T cells. And T cells are the key to
Absolutely.
fighting
Yeah.
the cancer.
Yeah. Well, we're almost out of time, I just got a signal here. So, when's your walk, real
The
quick?
walk is Sunday, September 10th.
Okay.
Elm Avenue Town Park in Del Mar. We're going to have our usual stuff, the live band, refreshments from Price Chopper.
It's an event
Dunkin'
to raise
Donuts,
money.
Coffee.
Yes, it is.
And raising money and getting us closer to that 2 million and celebrating 20 years of success. We're going to honor some of our long-term walking teams. Some of them have been with us for 15 of those 20 years.
Yeah.
Every year we get new teams, but
They're
we have
And we
people
gotta get
come
that
back.
test here in New York, that's all I
Oh,
got to
yeah.
say.
And we know that we have made a difference and that we will continue to make a difference.
And raise
And you
money.
gotta keep coming back. I know that you wanna retire, but
Love
you-
Well, we're going to be Berkeley to Emeritus next year.
Okay, okay, good.